Alright, so this is a wireless charging pad I bought, and it's from China. Made in China. So, a lot of things are, you think, well, it'll work, right? Let's see if I get it all the way on this. You have to hold it at a certain point, and if you jiggle it just the wrong way, actually disconnects. No matter how hard you push it back together, you have to actually put your finger on the top and press down on the inside of it, so that way it doesn't move and you push it forward. Because when you pull it back slightly, it disconnects on the inside. It doesn't stay connected at all. And I think what it is every time when I push it in, you can actually feel there's a little bit of give, like it slid forward. And it's like, oh, it's great, but when it does that, it's like, well, I just put my phone on it and I've had it on there all night, and it's not charging. So I think what I'm going to do is try and take it apart and see if I can pull it back, the inside of it, closer to where the charger is, so that way it doesn't slide forward when you try and plug it in. Or like in the middle of the night if you happen to hit the wire or whatever, so it doesn't disconnect it. So as far as buying this outright, don't do it. Cheap or not, it's not worth your money. So unless you're going to get a power bot or something actually name brand specific, don't buy the cheapo ones because they are junk. Alright, so kind of figured out, slide a tool in here or just your thumbnail, actually pry it apart fairly easily. Whether or not I broke it, that remains to be determined. Yeah. There we go. So this little bit of wiggle room that it has, I'm pretty sure this is the whole reason why it'll disconnect. Gotta put it the right way. So like this, it seems to be pretty solid, but you can see the whole thing is just wiggling around. So I might need to just go ahead and glue it down and be done with it, because you can see the actual charging port is moving that whole piece. The micro USB is moving all by itself, so yeah, it's already disconnected. I gotta force it in just to. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and glue it in place, and we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully it'll keep a good solid contact. Otherwise, it's trash. Alright, so just to get this thing to stop wiggling around so much, I'm going to use 2 glues on it. Just, super glue to hold it in place. And once it's in place, it should be fairly decent as far as, getting better, stronger glue on top of it. So I figure I'll just do that. At least that way I can say without a doubt I know it's not going to go anywhere during the gluing process. Alright, so once the super glue was dried, which pretty much takes no time, but I had to get this cap off, which was a pain in the neck. Use the super glue to pretty much just get it in place, so that way you know it's going to stay put. And then you can put your heavy duty glue over top. That way you know it's a permanent hold versus, it getting knocked around and oh, it fell off the table or whatever happens. So this glue is here to make sure it's a permanent versus the super glue, which was supposed to hold it in place long enough for you to get this far. That's pretty much all it is. I'm being real generous on my application here, that way I get it on both the plate and on the plastic surrounding. So hopefully it'll have a pretty solid hold on it once it actually goes to dry. It won't be kind of spotty like what it was. You know, you only have one screw holding it in place. What's it really going to do? It's going to start wobbling eventually. So I'm hoping with such a generous application of glue, it'll keep it in place permanently, or at least until I throw it away. Maybe that's the whole key here. Keep it running until you throw it away. How's that sound? Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and stick everything back together. See what kind of stuff we're working with here. Hopefully it won't shift around like it was before. It'd be fantastic if it didn't. So far so good. Seems like that was my yeah. Alright, that was my fix for that one. We will see what happens on the next one. So yeah, a little bit of glue and it's good to go again. Awesome. Yay! It works! Awesome.